So you were looking for something to listen to, and you ended up here. What's up? My name is Ethan, and I'm the host of the show. Over the past 25 years, I've had a wild group of people walk through my tattoo shop and tell me some of the craziest stories you would never hear unless you were sitting in that chair. I've invited a few of these maniacs to join me and talk about everything, anything, and nothing. Whether it's about UFOs, aliens, food, conspiracies, or whatever, you're sure to be entertained and probably get a laugh out of it. Or you're going to think we're a bunch of nut jobs and never come back again. Either way, you're here with us now, so sit back, relax, hit cruise control, and enjoy the ride. Welcome to the Tat and Chat Podcast.
What in the hit? What'd you say?
Hello?
I didn't even hear you. I was counting down. What's going on, guys?
I'm so happy.
It's the Tat and Chat Podcast.
Hi.
We got Renee and Josh, and we got a special guest, Ray.
Hey,
Right.
how's everybody doing?
He is not Amish.
He's
He
not
is not.
Amish.
Promise you.
He has a beard, and you're going to see when you look at this video, he has a beard. Oh, some good news, too. This season, we're doing seasons for our podcast.
Season.
I use Buzzsprout, so for the record, if anybody wants to go to Buzzsprout, you can donate there. You can check out our
Very
episodes
excited
there.
about this.
But I was getting ready to switch providers because we have to upload our videos separately to YouTube.
Okay.
And Buzzsprout now offers through Apple Podcasts video. So now I can
That's
upload our video, so it's
awesome.
all in one place. So if you listen on iTunes or whatever it is, Apple Podcasts, our video will come along with it. So you'll be able to see our pretty faces and our non-Amish friend Ray's face.
Honorary Amish.
Honorary
Only
Amish.
on Fridays.
Honorary.
Well, I mean, we kind of are because of where we live. We both live in the deep north,
Yep.
and
What does he live at 3 Awesome Street?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty cool, dude. That Awesome Street. We gotta
He
get
may
some.
have even created Awesome Street. I don't know.
We need some real estate, Josh. What do you think?
Yeah, I would love to
I mean,
live where
on
he
Awesome
lives.
Street,
Can I
right?
move in? You got an extra room?
Actually, my son's at college, my oldest, so yeah, we got a free room at the moment. You're welcome anytime.
All right.
Yeah, so I wanted to invite Ray on because I tattoo him, and we always have great conversations. He's a non-active Marine, and he's done a lot of really cool shit.
He looks like he's very active.
He is very well. See, you look at him, and he looks great, right?
Yeah, he does.
And so one of the cool things that I've recently
Having
know-
second thoughts about moving me in now, huh?
one of the reasons I want to have him on is because he's got a kind of a cool inspirational fitness kind of journey he's on right now. His son is a phenomenal track star, right? What else is he doing in school right now? He switched. He's not doing track right now. He's doing.
He's in outdoor track. Actually, just finished the regional All Atlantic Regional Track and Field Conference championship today.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's wicked fit. He's super fit right now, getting wicked into shape. So I don't know what happened along the way, but I don't know if he's watching his son go, damn, my son is getting jacked. So Ray got onto this fitness kick that I'm really super impressed because he lost a ton of weight really quick. He's been doing these races and stuff. And Ray, you can talk about that. You can talk about you. Tell us a little about you. Tell us a little about your military if you want to. And let's hear a little bit about you, man.
Yeah, for sure. So the North Country, I can't say that it's not home now, but it wasn't my forever home. Grew up, born and raised mostly in Southern Virginia, a little bit of time in North Carolina. Shortly after high school, left there, joined the Marines. Did 8 years total with there between Okinawa, Japan. Last 3 or 4 years, I was an instructor for the MOS Specialty 7212, which is low altitude air defense or the Stinger weapon system.
Holy moly, that's fast.
My God.
So he's a
so
badass.
overwhelmed.
He's a badass.
Japan, you lost me at Japan.
Before you
I'm
go
like,
any
what?
further, right? Okinawa.
I know.
Did you?
We stuck at the same place.
That would be awesome. But I know Okinawa because of Karate Kid. So did you get to see that freaking little
Miyagi.
castle he does the dance in?
No, I
Did you do
never.
the crane?
I'll be honest with you. The 4 years I was there, I was attached to the 31st MU, so we were constantly being deployed all over the place. My first 2 years in, I think I seen 23 countries. I was fortunate
Wow.
during that little time frame to meet my wife, lover, beautiful.
Aw.
Been married 23 years, 3 beautiful kids from it. So very thankful for that opportunity.
And
Well,
she's
congratulations.
she's
That's
military as
beautiful.
well. Right?
She is. My wife's a Marine also.
She's a Marine also. Yeah,
Yep.
she's cool.
Also, discharged or
She
still
is.
active?
Nope. Non-active duty right now. She got out in 2006.
Nice.
So you did all this really cool stuff, and we kind of got you off course a little bit, but yeah. So you're not active duty anymore,
Correct.
but once
Yep.
you're a Marine, you're always a Marine.
That is a saying. Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yep. So I separated from
Hoorah.
service in 2008. My wife being from the Hubleton area here local, we decided that this was going to be home. Very similar environment to where I grew up, very country oriented, small community. Everybody's very like-minded in the essence that it's one big family, right?
Yeah, it's
Everybody
cool.
cares for one another here, takes care of each other.
Sense of community.
So it is very, very
it's
nice.
good around here.
But good place to raise your kids. That's what we had in mind. At the time, we had our now oldest, who's about to turn 20. But
Who's a massively awesome dude. Like, this kid is so polite, stand up, like super highly intelligent, super athletic, like just like, dude. I've told you before on the sides, like, dude.
Sounds like Ethan's trying to move in.
Sounds like you get
No,
along.
he's a good kid. He's a good kid.
no,
What's he gonna
we've been very blessed. He's actually at St. John Fisher now. Like I said, just finishing the outdoor track season, had a phenomenal indoor track season as well. He's down there studying criminology. That's the primary major, and then he's going to get 2 minors, one in anthropology and one in forensic science.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Badass kid. Awesome kid tattoo.
I bet you he'd love Cyrus. Just kidding. My kid sounds pretty close.
Yeah. All kids sound pretty close. My kid is totally awesome.
Oh no, yeah, just kidding. Just
My
kidding.
kid-
Cyrus is awesome, though. I love
Just
that kid
kidding.
My kid creates crime scenes. His kid's going to investigate it.
too. Oh yeah, my son knows your kid. But
Dun, dun, dun.
what's cool is one of the things that, you know, when I met him, he was super fit. He was running and doing all this stuff. Your son was, and then next time I saw you, you looked all thin, and you were really on this crazy like kind of health journey, right?
Yep.
He like lost like 70 pounds or something crazy in a short period of
wow.
time. Like he's running.
That's a crazy amount of weight.
But
That's a lot.
But you can tell if you're cool. Tell us a little bit about that. That this is one of the reasons I wanted you on here. I mean, I think you're an interesting and just an awesome dude. So I wanted to have you on here anyway. But I love this story. I love
definitely.
So you're doing some crazy races, but you fill these guys in. This is cool.
I am. So I kind of went through a little bit of a mental journey and a health journey in the essence of physicality and all that. Shortly after the military, I think I got out approximately 186 pounds, maintained that for quite a while. And then in 2012, found out that I had previously broken my neck. Ended up having to have ACDF, an anterior cervical fusion surgery. So they fused my C5 to C7. About 2 years after that, ended up having to have a second full reconstruction on my right shoulder. Ended up kind of letting myself go from there, not taking care of myself, not eating properly, just doing all the stuff that the average adult male who has children and a family trying to take care
It
and
breaks
provide.
your stride sometimes.
It did, yeah. Just got to working permanent midnights for a long time. Kind of took its toll where you're eating fast food and junk food all the time, just making poor choices in those areas.
You're making me hungry.
So,
I know.
yep. But here not too long ago, back just before Thanksgiving of 24, I think I hit my highest point. I was about 262 pounds.
No way. Looking at him,
Yeah.
that's a
Crazy.
lot.
I'm telling you,
sir.
this is the
is
story's
great.
awesome.
The craziest part to me is that he chose right before Thanksgiving.
I know, right?
Like,
The
let's wait till
awesome
after.
meal
I want to
of the
work
year.
really hard for this shit.
Yeah.
But let's not eat some gravy and rolls. Sorry.
No.
Listen, we're hungry.
So believe it or not, you'll be able to understand this coming from the military mindset. Like once you make your mind up that you're going to do something,
Yep.
it's you close all the other doors. So for me, it was that day. I told my wife about a week before. I said, Thanksgiving Day is my day. I said that day I'm going to go full blown strict carnivore, which is a holistic meat diet in the essence that, pretty much everything meat oriented, high protein, no carbohydrates. I did that completely strict for about 8 months. That journey
Bro.
carried from Thanksgiving Day. And then in January, I kind of changed that mindset. Well, if I'm starting to lose all this weight, why not put the physicality behind it? Start doing the exercise, start running again, start lifting again. And that quickly turned into, if I'm running for fun, why not see if I can kind of meet that 18-year-old mindset to where, I'm trying to keep up with people for pace.
Yeah.
So that turned into a couple of 5Ks, quickly a 10K, and half marathon endurance races. So far this year, I think I've ran 12 races total last year. Finished quite high on quite a few of them, top threes on several of them.
But
that
what
pace has changed.
Pretty good.
So what are these races? They're pretty. Some of these races are pretty long, right? Pretty big.
Yeah, some of the the
Like
ones last
marathon.
year, the one that I finished with was a 6-hour endurance race.
Oh my gosh, I did.
Yeah, that one I ended up completing. It was 28.7 miles total over the 6 hours.
What?
Damn.
But most of my journey in the first part of the year was all road style racing, so it's all like what you would typically see on TV for a marathon or a half marathon, right?
Yeah, my wife does some of that stuff.
Yep.
So like a what is it, like a 5K or 10K? You
Yep.
see people have the little stickers and stuff.
Yeah, you get your bibs, you run your 3.1
Yeah.
miles for the 5K, your 6.2 for the 10K.
Yeah.
That was the standardization. I kind of got into that, and I'm like, this becomes very monotonous very quick. And I'm not taking anything away from anybody that does the roadside. It's
For you.
it's awesm. But for me, I enjoy the wilderness. I like to be outdoors.
Challenge.
I like the hunt. I like the challenge. That's great way to put it, actually, because when it comes to trail racing, I found out because my oldest son, who's in college, Tristan, there, me and him decided to sign up for a mud race up in Toronto, actually.
Fun.
And it's like a version of the Spartan. It's a tough mudder, 15K total. My son's a track athlete. I didn't think there was any way the fat kid was going to try to keep up with him.
Yeah.
I realized quickly over about that 6 to 7 mile range, because he's a sprinter, I was able to kind of push him a little bit. So we motivated each other along the way. But I quickly fell in love because in that race, it's all through trails, through the woods. It's all outdoors with your obstacles throughout.
It's constantly changing. So instead,
is.
instead of just being like, you're starting to think, you're starting to go, oh my God, I got to keep going.
Do you
This-
find yourself in nature? Seriously, do.
It does.
Yeah.
It keeps your mind engaged.
It does.
You're not just thinking about one foot in front of the other constantly.
No.
You're constantly looking at the next log. You're looking at the next root system. You're going to trip over.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
you're always thinking, always on your toes, right?
Yeah.
So that quickly escalated into let's do this 6-hour endurance challenge. Came out successful from that. A little sore afterwards, but worked out great. So far this year, I continued the journey. Started out with just a road half marathon just for an opener this year, and then
Roadhouse. Is
Yep.
that what? Just kidding.
A
Sorry.
road marathon. I know there's a language barrier, but geez.
Got it.
Here,
Jeez.
do you know sign language?
I do.
Okay, I don't.
no, I'm gonna give a shout out to a race if you don't mind.
Yeah, give a shout out.
Yeah, the over in Potsdam, there's a local race. They do a phenomenal job. Tesmer is the race director that runs it. I'm brain farting as to the actual name of it. Actually, it's the Racket River Marathon. So they have like a 5K, a 10K, half marathon, and a marathon distance choice. So anybody can sign up, go run it.
How long's
relatively cheap.
How long's a marathon?
Marathon's 26.2 miles.
26.2.
Yep. So that was my opener for the year. I've done that race. That was my first 5K last year when I started this journey, and that was my first opening race for this year.
Cool.
With the marathon distance. And then 2 weeks after that, followed that with a 20-mile trail race that was supposed to have 2,400 feet of elevation gain down in Fayetteville, New York. Due to some storms the week prior, they ended up having to do a little bit of race change as far as the course. That quickly escalated to 21 miles and about 3,600 feet total of elevation gain.
Oh, geez.
Wow.
And then
In
right
mud?
now, that
Yeah.
one actually.
Mud.
So ironically enough, we had all these storms leading up to it. And as you know, in the North Country, I mean, our weather is unpredictable.
Oh,
This
it
year has
could-
been
yeah.
crazy. So we've had
The
poor
sto-
running conditions,
Good
no
snow
acclimation.
Did you see the storm coming here on the way here right now?
Yeah, we were just at a baseball game day before yesterday, and it was hailing.
Yeah, right. I was just driving here. I took a picture, showed my son. I'm like, dude, look at that storm. I sent it to my friend. I mean, it looks. I guess there's tornado warnings down in Jefferson
Wow.
County and
Oh, wow.
Oswego County.
Yep. You guys get those microbursts up here all the time. That's not something Southern guys understand. So,
Yeah.
and those things are daunting.
No, but you
They-
guys
they come
down south
quick.
get the flash floods, and
Yep.
here it's like we don't.
Yeah.
Tornadoes, it's rare.
So don't
Yep.
you have another race, a pretty big one planned this year, right?
I do. So this year, there's a pretty big race that's somewhat local. It's down in Cayuga. That one's going to be a 50K distance. They offer a 50K and a 50 miler. I'm trying to kind of do it the smart way of adding distance as I go and trying to stay within my limits to an extent. So try to prevent injuries as much as possible. But So I'm going to jump into the 50K distance, which is kind of what they consider the true ultra marathon distance.
Yeah.
Anything over 26.2 is technically considered an ultra marathon. But once you get into that 50K, that's kind of the real distance when you begin.
Yeah. That's cool, man. Yeah. I think it's super inspirational. I love it. One of the things I wanted to do with this podcast was when I meet really cool, interesting people, that's how I met these guys. I mean, I've known Renee before that, but I tattoo her whole family and stuff. And I just thought the story was cool. And I was like, man, I want to talk about this shit on the air because it's inspirational.
It's
because
awesome.
You lost 70 pounds. You changed your diet.
Dude.
You got in the mindset. And, it's this time of year, man. Summer's coming and stuff. And hopefully people could listen to it and
People are
and
getting
feel
in
like, man, that
shape.
dude is badass. So I love hearing this shit, dude.
One thing I'll throw out there, if you enjoy food, start running. Because when you get into this whole running regime, you eat constantly.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna be running around too much, but I'll watch everybody run and I'll eat food while they're running.
Yep.
I used to love to run in the Army, and I never did anything like that. We 6, 8, 10 miles or whatever we did that once in a while.
50K.
But what you're saying about the woods, that's 100% true. Like when how you'll be in charge of PT or whatever, and then somebody else will be in charge the next day. But whenever it was my turn, I always like to take the runs. And we do, you do 2 miles in the morning or whatever for PT, and you have people just falling out everywhere. They're standing on the side of the road and they're crying and I can't go any further, and you just went 2 miles.
Oh yeah.
But when I
You're
was in
sick bay
charge,
warriors.
yeah, I would take us through the woods. We'd go on trails. We're jumping logs and jumping streams and all this stuff is just fun. And it was 6.5 miles through the woods, and nobody would fall out. It was just fun running through the woods.
Seems different.
It
in
is.
the woods.
It's a completely different mindset.
We hiked the high peaks, and the trails are just. You lose yourself in there, but you find yourself.
I think people are like that, and I think that's how movies are now. Everything's kind of like that. If it's in little bursts, you get to constantly reset. You don't get stuck. Like reading a book, that's the same thing. It's kind of you fall asleep. Watch a movie, it's too boring.
Yeah.
Anything music, if it's just too one note, you know what I mean? It's like, But it's like, I think we're designed to kind of quickly switch.
Yep.
And for me, I look at it like it's just a quick reset. Like if you're running straight, you got to turn left, turn right, got to jump this river, watch these routes, like you said, we got to go uphill. We got to go downhill. We got to duck, we got to watch out. Oh shit, bear. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, man. Now we got to run. There's a fucking bear. Oh shit.
Oh, now you're really running.
But yeah, no, I think it's awesome, dude. I like I said, I know Tristan's super athletic and runs great, and I thought it was cool because my kids are getting up. They're 16 now, 17, and they're starting to really show all their talents and stuff. And I'm like, it's making me. Last year we're training with Eddie Randall. He was on the show. He used to do personal trainer stuff, and he trains a lot of lacrosse and soccer players, I think it is. And he does all this calisthenic stuff. You're doing a lot of sit-ups, but circuit training and stuff. So you're quick. We do our whole workout in 45 minutes. But my son gets competitive with me. And he's young, he's fit, and he'll just run. He'll be like, hey, Dad, running backwards, doing something. I'm like, I ain't running back. But then he'll grab something heavy. He'll be like, oh, and I'm way stronger than him. I'm like, that's right, motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it's good to have that.
It's a challenge.
To me, I see Tristan do that, and you're like, damn, you know what I mean? And to me, I feel like that's awesome because I think it inspired you, and here you are in this journey, and you're just getting started, right? I mean,
my kids have been a massive inspiration to me. You hope that it's the other way around, obviously, right? You want them to look up to you, but in all honesty, I've been blessed with 3 kids that are athletic and academically gifted. Both my older sons, my younger son's graduating this year. He's going to college to play soccer and studying radiologic technology.
Yeah.
So just watching them progress through the years. And then as a father, for me, the machismo side of it, right? When they hit that mid-teenage year and they want to start challenging you a little bit as far as the physicality and the fitness. Yeah, it definitely pushes you to a whole different mindset where you're like, oh, wait a minute. I used to be able to do this stuff. And then it reminds you real quick how much older you've gotten and how much you've lost over time.
How humbling.
It is. It truly is.
It
how
really
fragile
is.
are my bones if what if he punches me? You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing.
Am I going to break a bone?
We hit the ground. It's going to be a week or 2 recovery. They hit the ground. They get up and laugh, right?
Yeah. Oh, Dad, you're getting old.
Yep.
I have to cut you off real quick. Just take you back to what you just said. You wish that your kids kind of like you look up to you and you look up to your child. But I want you to remember that it's because they looked up to you for so long that now you are able to see how they have surpassed the great person that you are. And now it's your turn. So hopefully they keep someday you re-challenge him and the wheel keeps on turning. I think that's beautiful. If you get to do that with your children, you've done your job, good job in a sense.
Well, I mean, that's cool. It's like Sai and Matt, you know what I mean? Like her son, like he's like a soccer player, really good soccer player. I was just talking to Kyle about it and stuff. And he was talking about Matt, how Matt was just like this
superstar,
right?
superstar,
like, right? And Sai like kind of followed in the footprint. So but it kind of pushes, I'm sure it pushes Matt to like, I gotta make sure I stay safe. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And it's cool. It's cool to have that inspiration from our kids, you know what I mean?
Yes. It keeps the family together, the bond strong, and the ties united, I feel. So you don't lose your kids, kind of.
I think I'm better than my kids.
You
but,
suck. But whatever. That's Josh. He thinks he's better than everyone.
It's only because my kids listen to the podcast. That's it.
Do they
I
listen
wouldn't
to the
say
podcast?
that for yeah.
Heck
They do.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because we keep the language nice,
So decent.
very PG.
We're very decent.
Well, I want to be real. I mean,
We
in the
are,
real
though.
world, we're sitting there going, motherfucking this.
We do.
Yeah.
And I was like, we were talking to some people. I was telling my wife, I was like, yeah, we asked like one person to come on, and I think they don't want to do it because we're pretty vulgar on here. We say some pretty crazy shit. And I'm like, you know what though? But that's what I like about it because it's like real. It's like sitting there if you went to a bar or a party or you're at your buddy's house and you're shooting the shit by the fire. And it's just gritty. That's what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? So
Real people.
We're safe though, because scientifically speaking, it's been proven psychologically a person that uses curse words in the correct manner and the correct vernacular is actually highly intelligent.
I knew. Right, I knew
Seriously.
I was highly intelligent. I know that's what you were saying, and I'm going to accept that compliment from you.
Yep.
Me
That's
too.
why I
Fuck
say
yeah.
fuck
It
so
It
much.
pisses me off when people say I'm going there, and then I'm saying I'm gonna get there, and I swear. Do you really think that I don't know the word going? You know what I mean? Like I'm lacking intelligence because I swear. No.
Yeah.
So thank you for saying this.
No, I think it's gritty. I like it.
That's why I say fuck so much.
Yes.
Because I'm not sure if
Colorful.
I'm using it appropriately. So I just use it a lot, and eventually it'll be right.
Swing it.
I got to ask, before your military service, did you use that vernacular as common as you do afterwards?
I did, but I had a very strict religious upbringing. So when I broke away from that, I got pretty
Trucker.
crazy, pretty rebellious.
Trucker.
So yeah, it was bad. And then actually the military probably kind of calmed me down.
Nice.
So it got me.
I was kind of the opposite. I grew up in a Baptist family, so religion massive. Kind of changed as an adult, but I was that straight and narrow kid for the most part. I got in the Marines, and oh my Lord, every third word is a fuck or a shit. It's something. So like when I got back out in the civilian world, I had to reteach myself English to make sure that in my civilian life, in my civilian job, trying to be more professional and not use that language.
Tim, not heard one swear word that guy.
Yeah, he's talking about
proper.
swearing as he's not swearing. He's like,
I know,
he's
so
like,
prim and proper.
gosh, man, I say the fuck word all the time.
Jolly.
Again, it goes to, I've talked to you before when you've been tattooing me and stuff, and I try to carry that professional like mentality into a conversation. And in my current job, I have to have that professional mentality and that ability to be able to
Turn
speak
your
with people.
customer service voice on.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I think it's great. I've been tattooing for 30 years, and I've been self-employed for I'm almost 20 years, and my HR is super cool. We're allowed to swear on the job. It just doesn't matter. So, I mean, I think I just progressively gotten worse, and I think I'm fuck.
It feels good.
The
doesn't
only-
it?
Sometimes I don't
people-
even say anything but fuck.
The only people I don't swear in front of is my parents. And like, I think people get it confused sometimes. Like I've had friends like, man, you're in your 40s. You don't swear in front of your parents. And I'm like, it's not a maturity thing. It's a respect thing.
Exactly.
My parents don't want to hear it, so I don't use it. Everybody else, I don't give a fuck what you think. So I'll say whatever I want.
Yeah, that's how I'm like that with my mom. My dad is the reason. My dad kind of taught me how to swear. So he swore so he had such a great get to the craft. He figured it out, and I'm like, man. So then, and now little Ethan, he's sitting there like, you know, watching me go nuts. And lately, he's been like, "You care if I say this?" He starts dropping stuff. I'm like, "You can swear if you want, man, but I can't promise that it's not gonna get
Affect
me,
you.
get me like, okay, slow down." Or his mother gets really into it. So she's like, "What the?" She doesn't swear at all. She's the opposite. Like when he says, "You're like, Dad, this is fucking thing." She's like, "Language," and I'm like, "All right, we need."
Have I told you my Isaiah swearing story on air? I don't know if I have. We were coming home, and I have two younger kids. I have a 13-year-old and a 12-year-old. And my 12-year-old, he says, "Why is the D word a bad word?" I said, "What, dick?" And he goes, "No, the other one, damn." And he goes, "Yeah, that one. Nah, I don't really think it is a bad word." He goes, "Can I use it?" "Sure, I don't care." And then my son, my 13-year-old, he goes, "God damn it!" Just yells it out. And then he goes, I didn't like it. I will say dick though.
So yes, you did tell this story before, but you told it almost. I edited
but
it.
it's still funny.
When I was editing that video, you told it almost exactly the same way. I hope you say this like every other episode, and I'm just going to continue to leave it on. So like,
All right.
I'm sure I tell the same stories all the time. Like, hey, did I tell you about that one time I shit my pants? Like, yeah, Ethan, you told us about the time you shit your pants, and then I say it, it's recorded, and I'm like, shit, I tell everybody about me shitting my pants, and now I just keep repeating it.
Yeah, as long as you do
when
it with
did that happen
enthusiasm.
again?
See, I was at the
just
bar
before it
one
came out.
night.
You're fitting all the bills to be an ultra runner.
That's,
I can't tell you how many people either I've seen shitting on the side of a trail or
No way.
having to change their pants along the way. So
professionally.
Don't
like,
you poop before you go?
that's
you
the
never run
that's the
with a
goal,
loaded
right?
gun, right?
That's the goal. But you got
Yeah.
to remember, these people are like carb loading for 2 days, 3 days prior. And you get out there, and if you're not able to do your business before a race, you're going to find out at some point over
It's
the 20, 30,
moving,
40
that
miles, it's
bowel.
going to start moving.
yeah, professionally, dudes are
Wow.
they just drop it and keep going, right?
Oh, yeah.
Is that
you
the
Drop and go? Really?
just find a tree.
You don't even stop. You
Come
just-
on.
Well, I think sometimes they just go. They're
So-
It
running.
just
Some of them do. I've
They
got
don't
I've got a
stop?
little more respect than that
Do
from
they
myself.
wear diapers?
Not personally, I haven't, but
I
I'm
bet
not
you
going to
people
say it
do.
hasn't
I
been
bet you
done.
they
Probably.
do.
That's probably a good insight.
They depend on it.
Can you imagine running 26K with a fucking load
Dude,
in
there
your
better
pants?
be a
'Cause you
zombie
wore a diaper?
apocalypse or a fire behind me or something's going on. Run to. That's
Julia.
a fact.
Julia was running a couple years ago. She was doing like the local runs around here.
If she shit her
And-
pants, you better stop right now.
And no,
She won't
no,
like
she
this.
she would run our the way our road is. It's like if you run this way, it's like a half mile. You come back, it's another half mile. Run that way and back. You can do 2 miles and get right back to our house. I think that's how it was, or maybe I can't remember how it was.
Nice.
So she would do it, and I just like I'd watch her run. I'm like, "Pff, I could do that shit. I used to ride a skateboard. Bet when I was younger, I was like, skating around. I was always running around. It was great, but I haven't ran in fucking years. I'm like, I can do this shit.
Got this.
So one day she ran someplace. I swear to God, I think I ran like 20 feet, and I was like, oh,
Yep.
I was like, yep, I'm done. I'm not running anywhere. Go back.
I hope nobody was watching, he says.
Nope, not even that. I'm just gave up. Just instantly gave up. I'm like, nope, not doing it.
You gave up.
I'm not doing it.
The mind plays a lot of tricks on you. My mind
It's more my
constantly
breathing.
mentally going into these races, my mind remembers when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, and I was able to run 3 miles in the Marines sub 18 minutes.
Run
So-
so fast where you forget how fast your feet are going and then you're like, "Ah."
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
that feeling.
I skated everywhere, so my stamina was good, and I could just keep going. I've always been like a hard worker, but with like running, I never really ran it. I didn't play basketball. I didn't play football. I didn't play soccer. I was a skater, and a skateboarder. So like it's different. Like you are working, you're doing stuff, but you
Not
push,
running.
then you're cruising.
Yeah.
Then you push, and
And
you're
you jump.
cruising. Yeah, well, you do crazy shit. So all the other stuff is crazy. It's like more like endurance. Like you're smashing. I broke my ankle twice, my foot, my heel, my tailbone, my wrist, my finger. Like sprained so many fucking things. Apparently, I broke my back at some point, and they same thing. You told that story. Like I went to the hospital, had back pain. They said, were you ever hospitalized for a broken back? I'm like, no. I'm trying to sit there, lay back down. Like, you have a broken vertebrae. It's broken and healed. It happened like 10, 15 years ago. I'm like, I know when it happened. I remember when I did it, but I was like, wow, am I just that stupid? Like, I remember walking around going for like weeks. But the point is, it's skating was harder on me like that. It made me like tough. Like, someone punches me, I'm like, oh, yeah, I could take it. But like, if they run away, I ain't fucking chasing them. I'm not running after anybody. I'm going to say, Ray, can you catch that guy? I'll walk over in a few minutes. But yeah, dude, another one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on was because, you know, like we're always talking about UFOs and aliens and crazy shit and here like that because
We do.
We love
like that stuff.
Like we love that shit. And out at my house, I see lights all the time. I talk about it on here all the time and stuff. I got videos and
I have lights at my house too.
Me too.
do you?
Yeah.
Like inside where like, you pull the little
Yeah. Well, I flipped the switch. I don't have very many
Asshole.
pull chains.
we
left.
have lights. We have lights in the sky.
In the sky.
And like some crazy ones, you know. Ever since
That's called the sun and stars. They're like little.
and it ain't the sun. It ain't the sun and stars, Ethan. And so we see these things all the time. And so you know, I started asking people around the area. You live kind of in my vicinity and stuff. And one of my buddies, I was
You have
telling him, I was like,
running
hey,
water?
I see these fucking lights and stuff. And he's like, no, they don't even pay attention to that shit. But on one of my videos, one of them was an Amish standing there. I'm like, do you see that? He's like, huh, what is that thing? I'm like, I don't know. You tell me. He's like, I don't know. They don't know. They don't know
don't
anything.
know.
I asked them, dude, one
How'd
time.
that candle get up there?
What's
Okay.
a soul? They don't know
I-
what their soul. Yeah.
Side story. So I was telling them, I said, hey, you guys ever see lights in the sky? They go like a plane? I said, no, like little like lights, like a you know, like a UFO or something. They're looking at me like, what the fuck is he I'm like a spaceship? And they go, huh? I go, do you know what a spaceship is? They're like, no. I'm like, you know what space is? They go, they're four of them just kind of looking at me like, what? And one guy's like, yeah, like up there where the stars are, right? I'm like, yep. And I said, it's like an airplane, but it goes way up into space. And so they're looking at me like, just like, what? And I'm just like, what the fuck? And I'm like,
It's so weird that they don't know.
so I
any of that
pivot
stuff.
real quick. I go,
Don't.
so I go, do you guys know what a dinosaur is? They go, no. I'm like, check this out. So I pulled out a clip from fucking Jurassic Park of a dinosaur chasing a car. I look at it. I see the younger kids looking at it like with their fucking eyes, be like, what the hell is this? I'm like, dude, those things existed. And like,
so
like,
evil.
that is real. I'm like, it's on film. I mean, it looks kind of real, right? So I was like, all right, I'm out of here. So I didn't bother talking to them because I was going to ask them because they're always out there because I wanted to start asking them, you know, like,
They're traumatized for life.
Imagine the stories they tell. Like, there's these great big like lizard things in the fucking air. They came on a thing called a spaceship.
yeah, dude, they come.
Englishmen are crazy.
Yeah. So anyway, but I wanted to start asking people, but I asked a lot of my English neighbors, and I knew somebody on Mud Lake, and they said that they were telling their buddies they work I think they're like a firefighter or something like that, and they were telling someone, they said, yeah, we saw these lights zipping across the lake or the Mud Lake, and so I was like, oh, that's really interesting. So then one of my buddies said, hey, these lights you see in the sky, are you near water? And I was like, I don't know. So I looked at Google and I looked in the position because I know another family that sees lights too. And I've had people tell me when they see them, they look square. And so I haven't seen them square. When I see them, they look like little circles in the sky in a straight line. Helicopters fly by all the time. There's a 4-drum route that kind of goes by my house, but they have like routines. Like they always do the same thing. Like they don't usually veer off. Like they come, you know, they go to where they're going to do their exercises, which is usually Ogdensburg Airport.
And then boom.
Then they turn around and they come back, and usually like I see them way off going in and over here coming back, or vice versa. But they use the same kind of path. I don't usually see them over to like, you know, if I'm on my front porch to the left side of my house, always to the right side of my house. I never see them go any other direction other than that. Like they must be at Fort Drum, go there and go back. So anyway, so these lights I see are kind of more like, so like if the military is coming north to south, which I don't think it is, but let's just say it is north to south, the lights that I'm seeing are kind of like southeast. Like I see everything off in that direction. It's not really near Fort Drum. It's more near all these lakes. And I was kind of looking at it, and I know where the other people were seeing it and where everybody reports it locally when they see these lights, because I've had people report, like I have people reporting to me. I have people telling me like over by the East Road, if they look over, same direction, videotaping these lights in the sky, the same things I see, but different times. And so then I Googled it, or Google Earthed it, and I looked, and I'm like, wow, it's right. It looks like it's right over Mud Lake in that region. I'm like, oh, wow, this dude told me the story about Mud Lake, and he see these lights zipping, and people were kind of busting his chops, so he stopped telling people. And I said, hey, do you ever see any lights out there? And he's like, yeah, man, but I don't want to tell anybody it because like my friends bust my chops and think I'm crazy. And then I was kind of telling you this stuff, and
People are mean.
and you said that you've seen stuff out by there? You live out by Mud Lake, right? You've seen some cool stuff out there? Or?
So yeah, I'm right off of Mayhew Road. My front porch kind of looks directly off of more or less the southeast side of Mud Lake. So if you're standing on my front porch, you can see a large portion, probably 60 to 70% of Mud Lake.
Oh, that's huge. That's awesome. Yeah. So have you ever seen stuff out there or no?
So
Oh, are you like shit? He's got me.
We
on
won't
the
pick
fucking
on
on
you.
the horn. No,
Dun, dun, dun.
no,
Yeah,
So-
we will pick on you,
so
but
with
not
my-
about this.
with my background, so you got to remember, being a Singer guy, my job was to know aircraft. I had to study aircraft constantly. We had to know at any given moment in excess of 300 aircraft could constantly be tested on them. So a lot of the lights that I see out there, you're able to associate a rotor wash from the helicopters. You got the CH-47s, the Chinooks out there. You've got the
So
Cobras
you
out
know
there.
the lights.
So you can tell. But the thing is with all military aircraft and commercial aircraft, there's signatory lighting systems to them. There's certain flight patterns that they have to follow, with the exception of like hasty evacs and LZ landings and stuff like that when they're coming in and dropping off troops in a hasty manner, right?
Yeah.
But there are lights that appear in this region out there that are completely unexplainable.
Love it.
Just the movement pattern is very erratic. It's not the standard commercialization of lights that is typical to an aircraft, whether it be commercial, private, or military.
Like not even like drone.
So-
Like a drone still.
Give me an example.
So a drone is still controlled and goes back and forth. But some of
Yeah.
the lights that we're seeing, I'm seeing them like
Yeah.
flicker on,
Yeah.
and then dip off, and then they move over to the left, and like they don't move, but like they just go away, and then they appear
It
like
poofs out of
milliseconds
nowhere.
over here, and they just keep doing that across the whole sky. I've had neighbors of mine tell me they've seen lights in the sky, and it looks like things are coming off of them, and like it looks like little bits are coming off, and I was like, someone said, oh, it could be. Like, those ball lightning. I never heard of ball lightning until a few years ago, but ball lightning can roll around and it's like lightning that snaps and it'll roll over things. But this doesn't. I've seen pictures of this shit. I've seen videos of this shit. I've got videos of this stuff. I've captured stuff. I see satellites. I can tell when a satellite. I can see
Yes.
when it's lights. But recently we had this weird light thing that the one I was telling you about. One of my neighbors said at midnight she woke up. She didn't know how to use her video camera. I wish someone would have called me. I would have fucking videotaped it. But she took some pictures, some really cool pictures. And these tentacles, these things were coming off. I'm like, what in the hell is that? And so,
Wow.
So this was in the southeast region of where I see these lights. It's near that. It's kind of the vicinity of Mud Lake. So I thought it was really weird. For about 3 or 4 days after that, military helicopters flying at a different path.
Coincidence? I think not.
Well, one of my neighbors called me and said, hey, it looks like there's military helicopters for the last 4 hours. I was out of town, hovering like over your house and over your area. I'm like, dude, that's the area, that's the vicinity of where the lights were. You know what I mean? And I said, and I'm like, are they like looking for something? Did they that's one of the, that's
Show
one
the
of the,
camera.
I can put it, I'll put it on when I edit it.
That's awesome.
So he was like, dude, they've been lingering around this area, all in the same vicinity that we see these lights for the last. I've been out there since 2018. I think I moved out there, and I've been seeing lights in this vicinity, always the same area, always like weird. I'm like, okay, either
it's the portal breaking. Poof.
okay, so check it out. So either A, it's military trying new things out, but I know a few other guys who are in the military who one of them is involved with the helicopters and stuff, flying and stuff. I thought, or maybe they're paying attention too. Maybe that's what we're seeing. Maybe so after that thing happened, that ball lightning or whatever the fuck it was, I'll put pictures up. Maybe they were flying, looking in that region. Maybe they saw it, or maybe their radar picked it up, or something. But dude, I got video of the helicopters flying in formation, 3 of them. I never see them all together like that. Maybe I'll see one, then one follow. But they were
like
3 of them, and they were like
surveying.
literally hovering in the same area for almost 4 hours.
Yep.
Like in that vicinity. I'm like, okay, so do they know something? They did that for 3 or 4 days afterwards, and then now it's just back to normal flights. I see them pass by and they go away on a clear day. So
like with the military aircraft, in particular the helicopters and stuff up here, the pilots, they have to get their flight hours in, right? So you'll see them up at the local airport, our regional airport, or our international airport in Ogdensburg. They're doing their touch and goes. You'll see them flying their night ops and stuff. But again, very signatory lighting on all those aircraft. It's very easy to identify for anybody
and they're just
who's familiar with it.
flying.
They are, and it's typical straight patterns. They call them gator squares. So they'll they'll go north for 2 clicks, take a left for 2 clicks, come back a click, and then go north again for 2 more clicks. And they just follow this stationary pattern, right?
Yeah.
But these lights that we're seeing out in the Mud Lake area, these things are coming up in patterns that are not consistent with what are military aircraft.
Yeah.
There's 3 or 4, sometimes in excess of 6 of these lights. If you see a military aircraft that's doing like a strafing run where they're firing rounds off, things like that, even if it was tracers, which obviously there's no lob range in this area for that type of ammunition, but that would be something similar to that. But the way these patterns are going, ammunition goes in a straight line. These lines are not straight lines. I mean, you've got constant 90-degree breaks, 30-degree breaks to it. It's just not consistent with what military aircraft and ammunition or anything of that matter does.
And it's farmland.
Do you record? Did you?
I have not. I'm going to be straightforward with you. Most of the time when I catch it, it's because I'm going out taking care of my chickens. So I don't even have my phone in my pocket because I'm scared I'm going to drop it in chicken poop. So
I told him, I said, dude, if you see this stuff, videotape. I'm trying to capture this stuff. And you know, the funny thing is there's a lot of people that just don't reach for their phone. I got my wife is like trained now. She's so used to be being crazy about UFOs in the sky and lights in the sky that she'll bust her phone like, Ethan, you got to get out here. There's a light in the sky. She's got the star map on her thing. She's like, that's Venus.
I do
That's
too.
Saturn. She pays attention.
Skyview.
I actually have I bought a book that has just an old school kind of manual sky view. It's like a transparency, and you can hold it up, and if you spin it to the sky based on the time of the year or whatever, all the stars will line up, and you can see it from the thing. So if I didn't have my phone, I could use that thing to tell what stars are what planets are what. But dude, these things will linger for hours. Like they don't make us, and it's so quiet. It's like the flats out where we live. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like when
Do you
when
hear
a
a sound from
no,
them?
when a military helicopter's flying by,
Yeah.
you can hear. I hear it before I see it. I hear a thud. I'm like, hear that thud?
You're like, there it is.
I'll go out and look, and I'll look way over. I'm talking miles away. I'm hearing that big thud, right? Then it finally flies by, and by the time it goes by, it's so loud, and then I can hear it for a wicked long time, and it's gone. Because if it's windy, then sometimes it plays tricks. But like for the most
They
part,
fly right over my head. He'll tell me, he's like, "Oh, the military helicopter's back." I'm like, cool. Be a half hour from now, I'll hear them. They go right over my house every time. I go, they're not there anymore, Ethan.
Yeah. So like, but these lights we'll see lingering for like an hour or more.
Wow.
And they're in weird angled patterns, and it's quiet. Like I one of the videos I have, like you can hear the water from across the street where the Oswegatchie River is going splash up on the water. You hear crickets, and you see these lights just going, popping on, going off, popping on, going off. Like, dude, I have so many videos. Like, it's weird, man.
now with the ones that you've seen, is there like light synchronization? Like they're almost doing Morse code at all?
I don't know Morse code, and I wouldn't say there's a rhythm to it like that. Maybe, but like usually what it is, like for example, one time, one of the lights that we saw was like 4 or 5 lights, and they looked straight, and so there was cloud cover. I couldn't see stars, so the clouds were kind of like the clouds are there, but they were below the clouds. So like you see 4 lights, boom, they pop on, and then one at a time from left to right go off, boom, 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 and then within couple milliseconds, not even a second, boom, it pops up over here, but it'd be at a different angle. So it's flat, angled. You know, it just keeps moving like that, and it always pops off from left to right. Almost like your battery on your like drill with the lights. It's got the 3 or 4 lights, and it just goes down one at a time, but fast. Like it's like they're all on, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 off over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 off. It just keeps doing it across the sky. And depending on where the clouds were, sometimes you see the light reflecting on the clouds, and you can't see anything but these lights. And I'm like, okay, that's not a fucking helicopter. Nothing's flying. It's not a drone. I fly a drone. I have a drone I use for filming and stuff. Even when those things are in the sky, even the small ones, they're fucking loud. Those 4 propellers are going.
Yeah, the sound's very distinctive.
It's very high and
rotor
squealing.
wash, everything.
Even the bigger ones, even the ones the military. Well, the ones that the military would use, I think the drones that they use are actually little planes. They don't. I don't think they have the Ford drum doesn't have the hover ones like a helicopter. They use plane drones.
I know,
and they're big.
Like local to our area now, I know Border Patrol does have a drone program. So they have some drones that fly in the area. It's not down our way as much. It's more so up on the river in the St. Lawrence.
Yeah.
They do a lot of monitoring from the sky for that stuff nowadays. But
they still look like a drone. They're still like a red light flashing.
It's very distinctive.
Yeah.
But again, they have to follow FAA regulations, you know.
So no sound for you either on the lake?
No, with mine, like I said, I'm very familiar with rotor wash. I know what it sounds like. I mean, I can identify a lot of aircraft, a lot of your helos just off the sound of it.
Your eyes closed, you know what it is.
Yeah, it's very distinctive. When you've got the dual rotors spinning against each other, it makes a popping noise. You've got the UH-60 Blackhawk with the whale tail. The rotor wash on that thing is absolute insanity. I mean, you can barely stand up underneath of it if it's actually putting pressure down.
Yeah.
It's very distinctive. So it's easy to pick up on. So even if these aircraft are out 2 miles, 3 miles away,
you still
on a quiet night, and noise tends to travel better at night anyways, you would be able to hear most of this stuff.
Exactly. That's what makes it. That's one of the major things that I'm like, when I see something, that's the first thing I think about.
Especially here. Like a lot of these.
hear something?
Yeah, a lot of these people, they live in cities and there's noise everywhere, and they're like, you can't hear anything. You can hear everything here.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons I like where I'm at is I was actually going to talk to the farmer who owns the property across the street from me. There's a silo there, and to get a telescope that you can look at Mars with, they cost anywhere from $10,000 to $15,000. Which I was thinking it costs hundreds of thousands of dollars for a telescope like that. But you can get a telescope to look at like any planet that we would want to look at and see it pretty well. And I was like, man, it'd be so cool to put it in this silo. And the reason why I want to do it is because I have like no light pollution out there, and I have no noise pollution. Like you can, if you drive out of even just Hewelton, I can look across if it's an overcast, like just some low cloud cover. I can see Governor. I can see Pope Mills. I can see Hewelton. I can see all the places where they have lots of light. But where I'm at, I'm where the Amish are, dude. Like they don't even have fucking lights. Like when we look at the sky, have you ever stood out there with me a couple times? Like if you're there at night, like my buddies will jam and stuff, we'll do stuff, and I'll just stand in my driveway and look around. Like, man, I'm like this. I'm always thinking this is amazing.
It goes so deep
and terrifying at the same time because I've always been like you. I love the UFO thing, and like in my mind I'm like, oh, is it aliens? And then I think, oh, it could be the government, just experiment. We're a perfect area for them to experiment on new technology,
things.
Right?
Yep.
So much stuff.
Yeah. And so I don't know what it is, but it's definitely happening. And me and Josh like watch Skinwalker Ranch. You ever watch Skinwalker Ranch?
Yeah.
Okay, so you watch Skinwalker Ranch?
Yep.
Okay, so they found a hot spot. They found a spot where there's a potential portal, if you believe in this shit, but they're scientifically starting to prove it. They're proving theories, things they've only theorized about, like the black holes and all this weird shit, and portals and wormholes and shit, right? Or not black holes, but wormholes and shit. And so, but there's another show called Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. That one feels a little more corny, but they're investigating other areas that have similar vibes. You know what I mean? So like, me and Josh and another couple of my buddies who are into this shit, we've been talking about it because like a lot of my friends that are into this shit, we're always paying attention to the skies. We look at the skies. We've seen lines of like something in the sky, not Sky or Skynet, not Skynet. That's Terminator. Starlink. Starlink. I've seen that in the sky, and it looks weird. Like there's some bright ones, and it trickles off. It's super light. We've literally seen things that go in rows and disappear. You know what I mean? Like we've seen really weird shit. I've seen satellites. I know there's a lot of activity out there. Way more activity than I even thought was out there, but at all different directions. And I'm like, okay, maybe satellites.
That's
like
what makes it like it's not like just a regular human-made thing.
Well, no,
or
it makes
from
it
our planet.
For me, it's super clear out there, so I can see a lot.
Yeah, there's no light pollution at all.
So like, what the fuck is it? It is like, could it be like a Skinwalker Ranch situation? How do I know? The Amish won't. I mean, if I haven't really investigated,
They don't
and asked
even know
anybody,
what it is.
So what are they? If they lost a cow, would they just kill the cow and eat it, or would they just kick it to the side? Like, who knows? Like, like, are they like because like my point is like, are they like getting like, have you ever heard of like
some of those mutilated cows? I don't think they should eat them,
dude? There are some stories of these mutilated cows.
Yeah, that's gross.
Well, though, some of these stories, like, I mean, they have surgically cut out the eyeball or reproductive organs. Like, not too long ago, a couple years ago, they said in Texas, there's like 3 major like farmers that like are that had cows and stuff, and that were that were missing these big
Cows.
large cow.
Wow.
And then they found them away from their property, set in the grass. Like we're talking 2,000, 1,500, 1,200 pound animals that are just dropped in the grass.
Just drop.
Like nothing around them. Like what would do that? So
A tornado.
what are they trying to do? They're making alien cow babies.
There you go.
But like,
you know, they want the milk.
Maybe they just don't have milk on their planet.
That's it. They want the milk.
Yeah.
We thought of the same thing.
but like what? But so like, the some of the Beyond Skinwalker Ranch episodes. There's one story that really stuck out to me where they went and this older couple. They were very just the sweet kind of like, not gonna lie to you kind of couple, and they went to an area where they had cow and they just left it there, and no maggots, no bugs, no animals would eat the meat. So it just wasn't decomposing. It wasn't rotting. It wasn't doing anything. It was just still like on. It was washing away from weather and the sun drying it out. But like nothing would eat it because of I think they tested it and I think it was radiated or something like that. But like, how do we? Like, what if shit like that's happening around here? Like, if nobody's looking into it. Every time I've ever talked to anybody around here, I'm like, hey, you see any lights? Oh, I see them all the time. It's the military.
It's at your house?
Oh, it's Fort Drum. Oh, it's Fort Drum. I'm like, is it? So then I started talking to people on Fort Drum. I know a few different people that have worked there, and they're like, and they'll say, oh, it could be a helicopter, could be this. And then I show them the video footage. Like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, you tell me, Fort Drum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I talk to someone like you who I know is paying attention. So I'm like, I'm getting more credible people that like can say, okay, I'm not saying it's aliens, but something's going on, something that I'm not familiar with, something that isn't necessarily Fort Drum, something that isn't military or military that we know of. So these things are real. There's something there, but what is it?
Well, that's the thing you got to ask, right? It doesn't matter if your background is based in science or it's based in religion. If you're a religious-based person, why would God create one race of species or one species inhabit only one planet out of this entire solar system? It begs the question,
It's hypocritical, right?
But science, same way. We know so little about our atmosphere beyond our stars that we can visually see. I mean, why would you not question the fact that why would we be the only ones here?
Well, we have a couple guests coming on here in the future, and we have this one author coming on that I just booked, and he wrote a book called "Where Are All the Little Green Men?" And he challenges the Fermi paradox. Do you know what the Fermi paradox is, right? Do you know what the Fermi paradox is? So basically, the Fermi paradox is. Long story short, it's like 8 or 9 different kind of theories. It's a whole bunch of things like why don't we see aliens? Why haven't we discovered them? And there's a lot of theories involved. One of them being either humans came into existence too late in the whole scheme of it all. Like millions of years ago, the whole universe was teeming with life, and there was a Star Wars, Star Trek kind of, thing going on where there were beings and cult and races and everywhere and just traveling and maybe they were communicating, maybe they weren't. Maybe that's some of our history, maybe pyramids and all shit, all the stuff that we were visited, right? And then there's another theory that, I think falls into that maybe we're too early. You know what I mean? I think the evidence suggests that our everything is really old and that we're at the tail end, like we're just some fluke that kind of popped off at the end.
Too late.
So maybe everything is already dead and we're just this last little hurrah of life. Or we're too early. And there's a lot of other theories, but this guy questions it, and we're going to actually be able to talk to him about his theories on it. His name is Terry Adair. He's going to be coming on, I think, next week. So next Wednesday, he'll be on.
Looking forward
next
to
Tuesday.
meeting
That'll be
somebody
interesting.
else.
Something like that. But yeah, so the whole thing is like, I agree. I think that like the universe either is teeming with life and we're just not seeing it, or was, or something's going on. And to think, like, what if it's all right here on our planet?
Yeah.
We
look and we spend a lot of money into studying the universe. What if it's in our ocean? I'm a strong believer in that theory. I feel like that's our portal, our access. I could go for hours about that.
Antarctica.
And
there's a lot.
Yes.
I think there's shit.
Correct.
Hiding there.
That's the frozen portion of it.
Yep.
Ethan doesn't trust
I don't
those
trust
crabs.
octopus and jellyfishes.
Have you seen some of those creatures they've been finding in the ocean? Like
That's
deep,
crazy. And
They send cameras down. Have you seen any of that stuff?
I've seen some of it. You're talking like deep in the Mariana
it
Trench and stuff like
looks
that.
Yeah,
alienish.
they had that one they just found that was like had a weird like head on it and had these tentacles that went down like 80 feet or some crazy thing.
Crazy, and then it glow lights.
Yeah, just weird shit.
It's very alienish.
The thing that always worries me is with the Antarctic. I mean, as this ice is melting,
Dude,
we're finding new
those-
bacteria. We're finding new viruses. We're finding all this stuff. You can't tell me that there's not other stuff under that ice that we just haven't
So
found
much.
yet.
What if something's
So
frozen
much.
in time that like alligators, right? Can't they
They freeze in time like
they
turtles
freeze, right?
and
then
stuff like
when
that.
it defrosts, they awaken again.
But you
I know,
think
like
about it, like
bees,
Egypt.
certain bees can do it.
Yeah.
Certain amphibians, they freeze, regenerate, and everything. So
Absolutely, they
everything's
can.
possible.
They're unburying stuff from like Egypt and stuff. They're finding pyramids. Isn't that supposed to be like old ocean, like beach sand?
Well, there,
that
I
has
think on the
dried up?
Sphinx.
So now the Antarctic, right? There you go.
I think on the
So-
Sphinx they've proven that those are water lines.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
So it's
Like-
just a matter of time until Antarctica dries up and we find those pyramids.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's so much crazy shit.
And we'll
Like-
get to push all the buttons from all the pyramids and all the different poles. And we'll go beep, 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 beep. And
Who's
then we'll
the,
find the secret code and then boom.
What's the old lady's name that's on Ancient Alien?
Ah,
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't remember. Her
Yeah, I
name.
can't
I can't remember her name
Oh.
is either. But
why?
she did an interview with these people that they say they were military and they went into a pyramid in Antarctica. It's pretty interesting. I don't know if I believe it, but it's pretty interesting.
There's a lot of people starting
Should
to
look it up.
Is it Linda Moulton?
Yeah, Linda Moulton Howe. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good interview that she did. And she's not just like, she doesn't just run into somebody and like, oh, tell me your story
She
and I'll
goes and
just
she
run with it.
digs-
Yeah,
Yes.
she it was like 10 years she investigated this to try to disprove them and to try to credit them. And then she was like, no, I believe them.
Yes, some
So-
people really go thorough and deep once they get going into their research. And once you believe in something, right,
That's the problem. See, every day we're starting to find out that everything that we believed up to this point has been scientifically proven is slowly being disproven as we go along.
Yeah.
I mean, the Mayans, the Egyptians, all that stuff, we're finding out new information every single day,
Every day.
every single excavation, everything they do, they're finding new stuff.
yeah, and that's it. I mean,
we
our
find
technology's getting
things
better.
too around here too. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Ethan?
Sorry.
Oh, okay. About like weird looking creatures in the sea. You guys know the anglerfishes, right? And
Yeah.
the things. You can find Nemo as like the weird light, it's like comes down. So, by the way, I don't know if this is all of them, but I do know some of them are like really small, like can fit in the palm of your hand. But so apparently, the bigger anglerfish are the female anglerfish. The male ones are tiny, and what they do is they like latch on to the big anglerfish, the female one,
female.
and they like become one with it. Like there's like footage, like the eyes go away, and it like slowly becomes one.
That's disgusting.
Sounds kind of like
Yep.
human, though.
We don't
It sounds human, right?
It basically is. I mean, as
So
a male,
human.
you attach yourself to a healthy female, and
And then she gets huge, and then she slowly absorbs your entire
Well,
being.
you're such an asshole.
I'm just,
Well, guys, we're about the tail end of this, so
Oh my gosh, that flew by.
it flew by. It was good. Ray was a good guest down here.
no, very honored to be here. Thankful
have
to
to
have
be
the
back.
opportunity, and thank you for asking me.
Yeah, no, dude, I thought it was great, man. I hope you had fun doing it and stuff.
Definitely. If you guys get the chance, check out my results on Ultra Run.
Yeah.
So the 50K is May 30th, and then I'll be finishing this year with the Virginia Trail Festival doing my first 100-miler.
We should go cheer him on
300
sometime.
miles.
Yeah.
Pack up the mic, go cheer him on, wait for him at the finish
We'll wait for him to
line.
run by for a quick second. Then we're okay. We're out of here. That's it. We're like,
Yay! Okay, I'll see ya.
he'll be all serious like motherfuckers. I don't know.
Oh, dude, I go into a whole different zone. Like my mental
even-
focus, it's crazy.
I'm gonna
You're
take a
locked
shit while you
in.
run
Yeah.
by.
I got.
Right there on the trail
He's
while
gonna be
you're
leaning,
running by. I'm
leaning
gonna
by
take
a
a shit.
tree, bent over, waving to you. We'll just tell him that we were there. He won't even know he's so focused. We're like,
Right?
yeah, remember when you ran by those trees? We were standing there. He's like, I didn't even see you. Like, well, we were there,
See
bro.
what they got from this? What I got from this, my friend, is you are such an inspiration. Keep going. This
I
was
appreciate
it's
it.
amazing. Your journey is inspiring, and they think about poop, but whatever.
No,
I look at it this way. I do a lot of training to be a very mediocre athlete in this.
I think you're doing great. I think you're doing great, man. All right, guys. Well, Josh, no joke today, huh?
Well, I thought you were trying to cut us off. I don't have a joke, but I have a true life story here.
Don't believe it.
I was over at Doug's Tavern the other day, and the bartender, I said, "Hey, you want to hear a blonde joke?"
Oh boy.
And the owner there, she come over and she says, "Hey, better be careful." And I am a blonde,
Oh.
and I own this place. And my bouncer, he's 250 pounds. He's trained MMA,
Also a
and
blonde.
he's a blonde.
Yeah.
And my husband, he's even bigger than the bouncer. And he used to be a boxer. And he's a blonde. You sure you want to tell this joke? I thought about it for a second. I said, I don't really want to explain it 3 times.
I like it, Josh. Did you make that one up?
No, that's an old joke.
All right, guys.
Somewhere Ethan Bacon's still laughing.
Yeah, he's probably not listening. He's busy with his lady.
This
All right,
was
gang.
so much fun.
Thanks, Ray.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Josh.
Thank you, Ray. It was
Peace out.
great.
you.
See you guys next Tuesday.
Have a
Look
good
at
one.
that light.
Later.
Peace.